So get rich schemes, what's the problem with those? First thing, I think it's great that you want to be wealthy. I wish all of you, subscribing or not, and following this content, I hope all of you become successful and rich, whatever that might be to you. However, there is a problem that we almost all of us have experienced at least once in our lives. The main problem is they use our human emotion called greed, right? You guys know greed, fear. They use our emotion of greed to draw us in. We kind of have this feeling that it's probably not right initially, but we get inundated with data or, a picture of a nice, young couple walking down on a private beach or something like that. You know what I mean? They kind of make you brainwash you sort of almost into keeping your guard down, which is exactly what they want. Something we should be cognizant of to avoid these things. Next thing is obviously evolution has developed some sort of mechanism which we call gut instinct, right? Or instinct. So if you have an instinct about something, a bad feeling, it just doesn't make sense to you or something like that, you're probably right. So you just have to learn to trust yourself more. We are taught so much stuff in schools and colleges and on the job that sometimes we forget the smallest things like common sense. It's just, they say it's not so common anymore, right? And these are some of the important things that you want to be careful of. You want to also think about how money is generated. Money only comes from one major important thing, that is creation of value, all right? If you create value, you're going to get money. That's the main, take home point. You have to sometimes say, how is this scheme or plan, rich scheme, quick, sort of a thing, how is that creating value? You think about it from your own point of view and say, is this creating value, or is it just something that's designed and packaged in a nice way that only I am finding value in it, but not really nobody's finding value in it? You know what I mean? So think about it that way, because probably by this time, if you're really thinking about it, you're probably sold already. So now is the time to catch yourself and say no to that scam or whatever it is, the fake thing that you're about to buy or invest into, quote unquote investment again, right? So we will all fall, and these are things I learned through life. So I guess wisdom is nothing but, just making a lot of mistakes and being able to talk about them. So there's nothing special here. I'm just like all of you guys, the little guy or some, whatever you want to call it, right? Just a normal. So that's an important thing. And if you're not able to create value, then be extremely careful. It's probably not worth it. It's not. Let's say you create a video and you put it on media. Now that is creating value. You have added value because you've given somebody a opportunity to look at spend some time learning something possibly, or maybe have a good laugh, whatever it is, right? You provided them entertainment, value, whatever it is that you provided, some education, that's value. Like, let's talk about widgets. Maybe there's a widget out there that cures back pain for people without any medicines. Okay, if it's true, if it's real, then it's going to create value. All of you guys must have heard of the AI, artificial intelligence technology. That's creating a lot of value because it has a real use case. So these are not get rich schemes, right? Whatever these things are. If you were, let's say, able to invest in ChatGPT, that's the type of things I would look for. What is creating value, all right? If it's not creating value, chances are it's probably not worth your investment or money. So save yourself there. Let's see what else I have here. Let's assume you have already converted, right? You already are sold. Now, you, with the best of intentions, want to share this with your loved ones, your family, friends, whoever, right? And you want them to be in on this. And now you are very enthusiastic. You're a very willing recruit, right? Now you're going to convince them because, Tommy, whom I've known since 5th grade, is saying great things about this. So maybe I should get in on this, right? So that's the fear of missing out part. And that's another thing that humans have, right? Greed, fear of missing out, psychology. It's the same thing, guys, for all of us, right? So they join in. And I'm not saying that they're not doing it out of any bad intent. You have the best of intentions. You want them to grow with you. and that's why you're doing it. But the problem is, let's say this is a scam, right? That you chose, that you unfortunately fell for. You're taking them and walking them right into a scam, and you don't even realize that until it's too late. And then you feel bad. It hurts you psychologically, hurts your emotions, your relations get strained between people. So this is another reason why get rich schemes are bad. And I think the problem is, by that time when you realize that it's a get rich scheme, that's the scheme that you're basically were robbed of your money and time. Unfortunately, by then it's kind of too late for you. It's not too late for them because probably they got new recruits who are incredibly. These are the problems that are associated with it. They're almost everywhere, by the way. It's not just in like a third world country. The so-called developed countries, I mean, they just have a polished way of doing it. We don't know, so we have to always keep our guard up. If you are considering anything seriously, ask for proofs, and don't be afraid to ask for proofs. And always listen to your instinct. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is not true. So don't fall for that. Use your common sense. And we talked about value creation. And one more thing, I see this a lot. People have this attitude that money's gone. I'll make it up somehow. Wrong. Money gone is always gone. You're going to make new money, and that money is not going to be bringing back the money that's already gone. You get what I'm saying? It's not old money that you lost, that you found, right? It's not like $100 bill that you lost and then you picked it up and because you found it, right? It's not like that. So this attitude is something that a lot of people have, and it should be changed. Now, does that mean that you don't take any risk at all? Of course not. I mean, you take calculated risks, and I'm not a financial advisor to tell you what to do, what you shouldn't do. But of course, we all need to take some level of risk if we want to grow ahead in life financially, whether it be at work, business, investing, trading, what have you, right? So, of course, that goes without saying. Just learn to recognize that you're smart. You're smarter than most people might give you credit for. And in this world, it's always people putting down each other. We're here to lift people up, trolls, all this stuff. You're smarter than most, and use that intelligence that you have inside of you. This is true for people who are suffering from low self-esteem. So if you're one of them, this is for you. Be a little bit more honest with yourself. Now, have I fallen for them? Yes, I have. I mentioned already. So finally, to finish it, what are good returns? If you have $1,000, let's say you're aggressive. You're an aggressive risk taker, moderate aggressive. But you know how to manage your risk well. Let's say you're one of those type of people who are, aggressive, and you can manage your risk well. You're informed. 2% per month, right? This is per month before tax on your capital base. In this example, $1,000. If you're extremely aggressive, but you still know your game, 3% per month on a consistent long basis. I'm talking about the little guys, not this humongous, investments or fund managers, or because they're like elephants, natural for them. They cannot exit or enter like the little guys can, right? So I'm talking about the little guys to medium-sized guys, whatever you want to call it, in terms of capital, how much money you have. So it is totally doable with 1.5 to 3% if you're aggressive. Now, let's say you don't want that associated with your brain. You can't take that stress. Now, that's great. Okay, fine. The best way to do it would be probably through some sort of business that that you worked in, and it like the back of your hand. Scalable businesses, right? You don't want to buy yourself another job. So don't do that, okay? Buy some sort of Dunkin' Donuts and start, standing there the whole time, because you're not going to have vacation. You get where I'm going. It's by just buying another job. You want to decouple the money from the time that you have, because time is your most valuable resource. So money should be made even if you're sleeping. Now, if you're not business savvy, or you don't know anything about business, or you don't know any good business that you can get into, okay, the next best thing is honestly the stock market. And we've had multiple videos on the channel, is what we talk about a lot. Watch some of those videos if you want, and there's tons of information that is basic information, and it's nothing crazy. And that's the good part, is that I don't sell any courses. I don't have any products to sell you on, right? So I'm just giving you straight up what it is. So you can invest in indices, ETFs. You can invest in mutual funds, good mutual funds. do some research, ask your financial professional advisor, and then go from there. That's pretty safe. Don't fall for the other emotion, fear, when markets are doing crazy things. Don't be afraid of that. If you're going down the investing route that I'm talking about, there's a difference between trading and investing. I've made a video about that as well. Be cognizant of the risk that you have on the table and be able to manage it. If you can't manage the risk, if you cannot hedge, you should not be trading. So that 1.5 to 3%, that's not possible. You'll lose money. God forbid, you might lose more than what you put in. So in a nutshell, that's what it is, guys. Comment, like, share, and subscribe if you like this content. If you want more of these videos and any questions, I'll try to answer as many as I can. So please let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in the next video.